Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show ahead of Liverpool's trip down to QPR to play Appy Harry's boys. I've got Mike Atkinson, I've got Jay Riley, and I've got Graeme Kelly, the boys from the Red Room podcast with us. First and foremost, Mike.
Hello.
Proper footy's back. We've spoke at length already about how much we can't stand international breaks. We know this. How much are you buzzing to see the Reds back in action?
I can't wait, mate. We finished on a high, didn't we? In certain respects, with the win against West Brom. So we're coming back now. We've got Sturridge back. Hopefully, things are starting to come together. It's not all been that bad considering we're only a point off fourth.
Yeah.
Go and stuff QPR, and then we've got a decent run of games up until the next international break, isn't it? I think we're doing Chelsea at the end before we go off again.
Yeah. Knockout and the ridiculous Champions League.
Yeah, but they're fun though, mate.
Yeah.
And look, I can't wait for next Wednesday night. But let's go and get QPR. Let's go and dispatch QPR. Keep everyone fit and healthy for next Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely. It is great, isn't it? I don't know if you feel the same, Jay, but normally international breaks, I'm just gutted that they happen, particularly at the last international break. We've got a good win, you go to the break and you think, no, you don't want it. Whereas I actually felt this time the international break was actually quite fortuitously timed for us.
Well, yeah, because it helps us get Sturridge back. And
yeah.
No matter what anyone says, he's vital to Liverpool because he scores the goals. We've struggled without him.
Yeah.
Balotelli, he's only scored one goal for us, and realistically he might improve when Sturridge is playing alongside him. So from that point of view, it's helped us. But there's other players as well, isn't it? The likes of Alan and Emre Can, the midfield area to help defensively. So from that point of view, yeah, it was a blessing in disguise for a change, wasn't it? But the knock-on effect is we've had a few more injuries, haven't we, with Lovren and Markovic, and it's just frustrating really from that point of view. But the main player that we wanted back is Sturridge, and hopefully he'll start against QPR.
Yeah. How excited are you then, Graeme? Put it into words for me.
I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest.
More nervous than excited.
No, I'm nervous because that's how I just feel about us at the moment. Last year I was so confident and comfortable in any game that we played against anyone. I felt we could take anyone on, and that's probably down to what Jay said earlier with the fear factor of Suarez.
Yeah.
I just felt like he could do anything in any game. He was as good as Messi for me. He was just fantastic for us. I'm nervous because QPR at bottom, they're not winning games. Harry will get them all up for this game against Liverpool, like when we went there a couple of years ago, went 2-0 up and ended up getting beat 3-2. And
that was the best footy I'd seen us play in years as well, up to a point it was sensational.
The centre half getting an overhead kick, and and that's what I worry about. Will we go there? Will we be complacent? I'm absolutely ecstatic to see Sturridge back. I think he's so important to the way we play. As Jay said, he's our goal scorer, and I do feel that any game he plays he can score. He's got a better record than any striker at Liverpool in the first 50 games. So, I'm made up to get him back. I think Alan is a massive loss not to have got him back. But I was with you. I hate international breaks, but I was absolutely made up coming away from West Brom thinking we've got 2 weeks. Get everyone as fit as possible.
Yeah.
The Lovren thing doesn't worry me. As I said, big Kolo fan.
You're going to start the Kolo love it early.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to get tattoos. Kolo. He's no, for me. He's. I'm happy to have him at the back. Lovren's not set the world alight for me. So bit of experience. And what I would do is having the game on Sunday and Wednesday, I'd maybe start the same team. Do you know what I mean? Just say you're going out, and this week, rest players, get them ready for that game, just work on tactics and small-sided games, not actually drilling them into the floor with fitness, getting the massages in and things, and just getting them ready to play 2 games in 5 days. That's what I think.
It's actually an interesting point, that, because, Mike, we saw the success under Brendan Rodgers last season was built on the fact that we didn't have much choice but to stick with the team. He's rotated more because, to be fair, that's what you're sort of meant to do, isn't it? But I think there's probably a case to be made. Get your best team out there and let them take on. Because to be fair, Daniel Sturridge hasn't played. There's some players. You need to find out what our first 11 is and see if they can play both games. And I think that's maybe. I think Graham's right. We should go with that.
That's the issue, or the worry for me. What is our best team? And the problem is, I don't think Rodgers knows it at the moment. Because you think about it, we were saying, on the other show that Balotelli needs someone up with him. So if you're going to play Sturridge and Balotelli up front, then Henderson and Gerrard are going to play. So then all of a sudden you've got Lallana, Coutinho, Sterling, Allen, Emre Can. fighting over 2 places, really, haven't you, in the team?
Yeah, you haven't really though, have you? It's basically Lallana and Sterling.
Is it? I don't know how that works.
Well, does anyone care to disagree?
I think Joe Allen's vital though.
I do. I think it's Joe Allen and Sterling for me. I struggle with it because I wonder. I love Gerrard, and God, he's been our best player ever for me. He's a hero. And what he's done is, he's won us games and got us into 4th place, literally on his own in the past. He's been so fantastic for us. But it is coming to the end whereby I wonder if he can cover that role. I'd rather see him further forward.
Yeah.
I'd rather play him in the 10, bring your Allen or your Emre Can in, and, rest Lallana or Sterling, whoever. And we've just said we're playing Sterling every game. He's 19, we're putting all this hope. If we could take him out and put Gerrard in a bit further up, they're the things I'd like to do.
But Lallana can play there as well.
Yeah, and that's
Lallana's been terrific the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he has. And I'm not arguing against that, but as we've just said, we're playing 2 games in 5 days against Real Madrid. So if we're not going to switch things up now, we never will.
I think there's a case to be made there though with Lallana. He is in form, isn't he? And he's played himself into form. That if you were going to go with, as Mike said there, and I think you would, if you've got Balotelli and Sturridge fit, playing 2 up front, you're probably playing the diamond. Got no problem with saying to Sterling, listen, if you are tired, get right, get your head right, because you're playing against Real Madrid on Wednesday. Get yourself ready, because I want to see our forward 3, that forward 3 of Sterling, Balotelli and Sturridge unleashed at some point. But I suppose that equally there is a case to be made that get them up and running against QPR, there's a chance that there could be goals in that game. Get the confidence up, and then you go into Real Madrid. So it's a tricky one. I'm glad I'm not Liverpool manager, which I've never said before.
If Allen's not fit, the diamond could work in playing Lallana, where Coutinho played a lot of last season on the left side of the diamond. Because I'm sure Lallana can play anywhere in the midfield, judging by the way he
puts himself about,
his intensity. So
the thing is with Allen, I think that I've said it before, and I don't know whether it makes sense. He's so intellectual as a player. His movements off the ball and the options he gives. His off the ball movements is better than anyone I've ever seen. Yeah. And he seems like remember Nickel and Whelan that you weren't asked. They were suspended. And then we lose 3 on the bounce because they was just fundamental to how we set up. I think Alan's like that because he creates space. He never hides. Every Liverpool player we've got has hid. Even Gerrard's hid at times. I've never seen Alan hide. Even when he's having a bad game, he's there for the ball. He's ready, and he'll turn over the ball. He wants to get the ball forward, but he'll be clever about it. And I just think honest to God, if he's fit for me, he starts every game.
It's mad how it's happened, isn't it? But you look at Henderson. What we love about Jordan Henderson, the way he puts himself about. What we're growing to love about Adam Lallana, having them 2 plus Joe Allen in a team. The amount of pressing you've got in that side is frightening. There, we've seen Liverpool players make legends of themselves on far less ability than those 3 players have.
It's endeavour,
with the endeavour, exactly. I'd love to see that. I mean, it looks like do you reckon Alan's going to be not going to make it, which is a shame. So that for me is that I think Lallana needs to be in as much as possible. Yeah. But I think there could equally be a case where you say, well, look, if we've got the players available, if Coutinho comes back all right from international duty as well, and you could still maybe take Balotelli at the firing line for the game, put him on the bench.
I think he'll start because he was on the bench against West Brom, so
and he's had 2 weeks off.
Federation, so I think he'll be fine to start.
But it's what I mean by that is that if Sturridge is fitting well and the players are in form, does Sterling deserve to be dropped? Does Lallana deserve to be dropped? Because arguably one of those 2 is probably going to lose out if Balotelli starts.
Not necessarily, because I think with Sturridge being back, he'll want to play him with Balotelli only. And I think from the point of view of what's happened with Sterling, I know we've said on the other show about the Villa game, which was he should never have been left out for that game. But this is a game where he might well get left out, and Lallana could play in the hole if you like, and then or he could play behind, or Coutinho, one of the 2 can play. The thing with Coutinho is he hasn't really played for Brazil, has he? But it's all the travelling. He's been to China, Singapore. It's long distance, isn't it? So he'll probably be assessed only when he returns back to Melwood. But as I say, I think if there's a game that Sterling might get rested for, it could be this one with Real Madrid in mind.
Yeah, it's a nice problem to have, isn't it?
The thing is, when you look at Coutinho, when he come back from the last international break, he was cack. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was great before he went, and then that was it. It was like, I don't know what had happened to him. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think I put "Who Space Jammed Coutinho" on Twitter because someone had took his brain, you know what I mean, and put Poulson's in it, do you know what I mean? So it was a strange one.
Hodgson.
Yeah. Blame Hodgson. If in doubt, blame Hodgson. Yeah. No, so it's a strange one. I just wonder if it'll play into the hands with Sterling as well. That, you know, QPR, it's his own town club and stuff, and I wonder if Rodgers will rest him because of that. And as you say, I agree with you. You know, I think he could say, "Listen, I'm going to rest you because it's come out that you're tired, and the press will jump on it if we play it and all that palaver. I'm going to rest you, but get your head right because against Madrid, you're going out to smash them."
Yeah.
And that might be exactly, you know, it's your hometown club. You might be a bit heated up to do well, and this, that, and the other. So yeah, I agree that it'd probably be Sterling that address this weekend.
Emre Can might start though, mightn't he, potentially, because he's back now, do you reckon? So
it's interesting because he got he was interviewed on the website, wasn't he, in the week as well? Like, they're trying to remind everyone that he exists. Look who else we signed. Yeah. It's quite good. But again, games
Spoke
like
well,
this.
Didn't he? As well,
Yeah,
Stan,
he did. He says the right words, which is a good start, isn't it? You know. But the problem with this game is that I just feel like we need those 3 points.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to see us dicking about. You know, I don't think this is the game for Chan to come in. You know what I mean? I think you just want to go out there and put, as you said there, get your best possible team out on the pitch. And
does that include Glenn Johnson?
Ooh, that's a question. God, you know what? And his fucking boss 2 weeks ago, we'd have never asked that question. I think, yeah, I don't see any. And maybe I think he's got to prove that he can bring that form that he showed at the end of the game against West Brom. The last 2 years has said that won't happen.
I think he starts against in the Champions League for me.
I think he's our first choice right back still.
I do, yeah.
Right now, wrongly, I think he is.
Manquillo started well, but I thought there was showing signs of tiredness.
Yeah.
He's played too many games.
He's not done anything wrong, but I think
it's the experience in it. Look at who he's coming up against, where, you know, Glenn Johnson, for all his faults, which there is a few, but he is experienced and he'll know how to play against these players and take them fouls when the Didi Hamann fouls where he throws himself along. You know, these sorts of things is you can't buy that, and Manquillo hasn't got that. 100% hasn't got that, because you've seen it the way he's give silly corners when at times. Yeah, he's very naive. John, who starts for me in the Real Madrid game. If he starts QPR, I don't know, but he definitely starts against Madrid.
But if that's it, but I suppose there's a case then, if you need to get him match fit, don't you?
Yeah.
If you want him, and again, both of these games, you want to win both of them, basically, which sounds fucking ridiculous because of course you want to win every fucking game you turn up to, don't you? But you know, you can't afford for either of these games to be making any, to experiment in these games, or to put too much pressure on people who aren't necessarily ready for it. So I don't know whether Emre Can get a. You need to get Sturridge in because you need to get him back up and running, definitely. But it's the players around that. Do you want to make? I mean, I don't know, Mike. Would you gamble? Could you appreciate why you would gamble, or do you think it'd be mad for him to do that?
I wouldn't change too much, because you think about it, you're already going to have to change one of your centre halves. The last team that you put out won, so you've got to think about that. Obviously, you've got to shoehorn Sturridge back into the team somehow. But other than that, I wouldn't make too many. I wouldn't put Emre Can in if it's his first game back from injury, because he's not started in the league yet, has he? So just then all of a sudden start his first game back away at QPR, where it could be as bad as QPR are. We always struggle against bad teams, don't we, away from home? So there's always something, and you don't want him to be the scapegoat.
Is there a case to be made? Because I sort of hinted at before, Jay, I don't know, that we maybe, like I say, I think he said, Balotelli probably will start, but Daniel Sturridge is not going to have 90 minutes in him, you'd imagine, you know what I mean, to come straight back in and go straight into a full match. Do you either go out there and say, let's put our best attack out and try and blitz them in 60 and take Sturridge off, or do you say, well, hang about, let's maybe go 4-3-3 or whatever variation on that, put Sturridge up front with Sterling and Lallana or whatever, and at least you've got Balotelli on the bench.
I'd be shocked if it's not Balotelli and Sturridge against QPR. I think if there's one player that might get left out, it'll probably be Sterling. And then, as I say, it's difficult then, because Lallana will definitely start for me. Will it be Coutinho? Will it be Emre Can? I'm not sure, but maybe he'll assess Coutinho and see how he is, and then he'll play. And then the thing with Coutinho and Lallana, they can alternate, can't they, that position? The left side of the diamond or the tip of the diamond. So from that point of view, that makes more sense. But it wouldn't surprise me if Emre Can played, because we're hearing all these stories that he's brilliant. So why not have the faith in him?
I'd love to have someone of his physical presence in the midfield. Going up to against Real Madrid as well. just going, having him and Henderson in the midfield, basically just go fucking rough them up.
If he'd had a couple of games yet, but he's just played nothing, has he?
Yeah.
He's been training and it's totally different to playing. Again, Jay might know a little bit more. I just wouldn't put him in a ferocious atmosphere, which is going to be Madrid. The crowd's going to be right up for it. Maybe QPR, can get through that game, but they're going to be right at us.
You're playing for. There's probably one or two players if he does choose to do it, and QPR's where you do it. Is you're playing for your spot against.
Or as you said, if we go out with our starting 11 with the front three, try and blitz them. And then you bring a man onto midfield. This is the sort of game where you want to be 3-0 up and bring an Emre Can on for the last 30 minutes or 25 minutes to get his match fitness. That's what you want to be doing. So I agree with you. I'd definitely start with our best 11, the forwards that we could, and then get as many goals as possible.
Yeah. Well, let's have a little look at QPR then. Currently bottom of the Premier League. They've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 5. The worst goal difference in the league of -11. So that one, Charlie Austin, it's not quite happened for him. He scored a worldie the other week, didn't he? But he scored 20 and 35 last year in all competitions again, albeit in the Championship. But he's sort of like talismanic, I suppose, for them to a certain extent. I mean, the question is, Mike, with QPR, we're looking at them. They're a fucking, let's face it, they're a fucking shambles of a club, you know what I mean? The amount of the money they're spending on players. I always felt like Harry Redknapp did like when you just get a new game of Champ Manager and you look around at who do you know and who's available. Rio Ferdinand, let's have a bit of Rio. They're a very disjointed outfit, but would it be foolish to underestimate them?
Yeah, it's foolish to underestimate anyone in the Premier League, innit? And I think, to be fair to Harry Redknapp, I can't believe you just said that. A lot of he inherited that squad from Mark Hughes, didn't he? Like what Mark Hughes did at Man City, went out and just bought everyone that he thought was decent for a lot of money, and he did the same.
I can't believe Alano's not playing for QPR. That's
what exactly, yeah. But that's exactly what he did at QPR, and then players on stupid, so like Bosinga from Chelsea on like.
Didn't Redknapp sign him though?
Was it?
I don't know. I've just got a feeling that he did.
Either way,
just stupid signings.
Doesn't matter.
But their turnover, when their wage bill was 140% of their turnover.
They tried to change it now.
Yeah, but without that, and that was without bills of the club.
There's a wage cap on now, apparently.
Really?
So the likes of Rio Ferdinand going there, I don't think it'd be on like 100 grand.
No.
You can only be like more like 50. They have definitely changed things because they had no choice. But
you see fucking Rodney Marsh come out fucking slag Rio Ferdinand big time this week, didn't he? Saying he's past it. He should have retired when he left Man United and all that.
We'll talk about him being finished after the game on Sunday first.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I fucking can't stand that because Rio Ferdinand does have that habit of cropping up in games against us, doesn't he? Like,
I think if you look at the team now, it's still a lot of the players who got them back up again, wasn't it? Like the Carl Henrys and he signed Cranchard, didn't he? Like he signed everywhere he goes. He tries to sign Cranchard, didn't he? So it's a lot of this, and I think Joey Barton's injured, isn't he, at the moment? But it's like that's the nucleus of the side. People who are going to battle. But I watched them the other week against West Brom when they got sanked 4-0. Am I thinking of QPR? No. When they lost West Ham,
beat them 4-0.
they played West Ham last. West Ham was the last game, wasn't it? Yeah. And they just looked
devoid of anything, didn't he?
They're not, you know what though, they're not that bad at home because I think they've had 3 home games. They've won 1, lost 1, drawn 1, and the game they lost was against Hull on the opening day, so it was only 1-0, and they've actually they drew with Stoke, who've had a half decent start to the season, and they beat Sunderland, and Sunderland are okay. They
only beat them 1-0 though, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
but they're not losing, they're not getting at home, are they? It's away from home where they're struggling. So at home, it's not an easy place to go, I wouldn't say.
They're not scoring goals though, I think, which is the important thing for us, given our defensive issues. But then again, I suppose they might be, well exactly, they must be looking at that and thinking, we're not scoring goals, but it's okay because we're coming up against them. We've got
Kolo, Toure.
Kolo. Right. I'd be interested to know people's thoughts on this because I said we've had a bit of a Kolo loving on the subscriber show off, mainly from Mr. Graeme Kelly. But how would people feel if Kolo was to start this game? My opinion, for what it's worth, and I was thinking this about the Middlesbrough game, and again, you're only playing Middlesbrough. What I like about Kolo is that whether you think he's a top footballer or not, he knows how to be a top footballer, or he knows what is required of that role. And what I noticed...
Like running into Phil Dowd like he did against Fulham?
Yeah.
And who's the referee at the weekend?
Well, he should know to miss him this time. But what he was doing against Middlesbrough, he's following his passes. He's running up, he's bringing the ball out of defence, he's passing it off, and he's carrying his run on. Like Vincent Kompany does that for Man City, whereas our centre-back, Skrtel doesn't do it, Lovren doesn't do it, and Saka don't do it.
You haven't just compared Kolo Toure to Vincent Kompany.
He did, he went there, mate.
No, but I haven't compared. Yeah, I have done. What I mean is they've obviously played together at City. You know, he's seen Vincent Kompany do it. Maybe I don't know. And that's
no, Kompany learned it off Kolo.
Yeah, of course. But yeah. But what I like about that is like our other centre backs shit themselves when they bring the ball out of defence and they see a little bit of space in front of them, but they also see Gerrard there.
That's why Agger was so good though, wasn't it? You know, if the team squeezed
relatively, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's what Agger was good at is you know, when teams squeeze, you know, sit back and they go and get the man, the full back and stuff, so we can't pass it out. Agger used to gain us that 40 odd yards, 50 yards by just running through, and then things had to open up then, and I do think we lacked that from a centre half. In a big way, as you said, none of the others that we have.
And I think sometimes it's not necessarily about ability as such, but it's tactical, isn't it? It's just about being that extra man, that extra option. It puts you more on the front foot, gives their defenders something more to think about. And yeah, I think a lot of it's down to trust. You know, because we've seen that from Liverpool, we see it from, I think Mankiewicz does it a lot. He's not quite there in trusting that he can do that job and that someone will cover for him or whatever. So I think it's good. I think Kolo offers something that we don't have in our other centre halves. Whether that's a good or bad thing, that may well be decided.
Like a cross across the box to Anachabi, yeah.
I get him on pens, mate.
All of them.
Get him on pens.
Absolutely.
This toe bunger.
Yeah. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below on Kolo Toure as well. Another one was that we were discussing on the subscriber show. If you want to go and check out the Reds News Roundup shows on redmentv.com, we've got the lads in here who are fucking boss. It's free for a month. Check it out. Yada yada yada. We were talking about Daniel Sturridge and why he's not made himself an absolute sort of legend at Liverpool, and how we're hoping he's going to come in and make a hero of himself. Hello, camera one. We can make a hero of himself. But we're not like, there's a certain trepidation around it, we're a bit nervous around it, whereas if Fernando Torres came back, we'd be absolutely fucking buzzing. Let me know your thoughts on that and Sturridge and why we're maybe not totally and utterly convinced. You are, absolutely.
I love him.
Well, that's good. But you can see, you know what I'm saying though, don't you? Like, I don't think Liverpool fans as a whole have totally hung their hat on Daniel Sturridge yet.
You know what? He's just injury prone, isn't he? He's made of glass, but he's brilliant. I think.
Mike knows how it feels.
What did he score last? Was it 21 in 30 games or something?
His goal scoring record's phenomenal.
Fantastic, and it's not just, you know, it's easy to score, and it's not easy to score at Anfield. But what I'm saying is he scores away from home as well.
He went on that run, was it
as well? Yeah, but was it like 8 games away games?
Yeah.
On the spin. Was it that equal the record of some sort? But you know, I think he's brilliant, and it's what we've been missing, and it's been evident because we've not scored many goals without him in the side.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But definitely want to look forward to. I always say if he had the number 9 shirt, I think he'd be. That'd be it. But there's something about the fact that he just doesn't have that. There's just something. Yeah, there's just something that's not quite.
The problem he had was he had Suarez next to him.
Yeah,
that is the big all and
all of it.
Yeah,
I like him. I think he's absolutely terrific. But it's just strange how that it doesn't have that. He should be the name on the first song on everyone's lips on the copy, you know what I mean?
But he's noticed it, hasn't he? Because he said no when he signed his contract, and he put underneath, hopefully I'll get a song now, you know, and it's like, Danny, come here. You're lovely lads, come on, give us a hug. And it's one of them whereby I can't explain it, and as Jay says, I love him, I think he's fantastic. But honest to God, he's not a patch on how much I love Suarez. I don't know why.
The problem is though, mate, that we try to have these stupid, mad songs for players where there's too much thinking goes into them. Why don't you just sing Daniel Sturridge, clap, 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 or something like that, just to give him a bit of appreciation?
It's not a song.
It is shit though, isn't it? Like, but it's like Brendan Rodgers. How embarrassing was the original fucking Brendan Rodgers song?
The clap song, as in the one the Fowler used to get, and
the Dalglish
clap. Why can't he have that?
Well, he can't have that. It's an interim until he gets a proper.
But if our legendary number 9s, well, I know he's not number 9, but our players who we adore get a song. Yeah. He
deserves a boss one.
These songs are too hard, because if you sit on the cop, as me and Paul often do, there's no fucking atmosphere. No one knows the words anyway. So if you've got an elaborate song, no one's ever going to sing it. Whereas if it's
the fucking Jordan Henderson song needs sorting out, I think. Yeah. I'm not down with the Endo song at all. Like, there's far too much complication going on. I agree from that perspective. It should be Hendo, you know. But no, I agree on such. But I might prove an unpopular opinion on this, but it wouldn't be the first time. there's a lot of people trying to bring back like the Toure song, and I've personally got no problem with that whatsoever, as long as he doesn't say fucking armband. His armband proved he was a red. No, fuck the armband bit off. That was about Torres having an actual armband and I'd fucking never walk alone or whatever. Fuck that off, change it. But I've got no problem with being Daniel Sturridge. He dances when he scores or fucking whatever. That I've got no problem with that. It's a fucking good song. It gets people up. I'm happy to. Torres doesn't deserve to have that be linked to him anymore.
No, not anymore.
He's burned that bridge. So if it works and it gets people singing it, let him have it. As far as I'm concerned, that'll come up with a fucking good one and make it stick. But yeah, anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. It has been a popular one in the comments and on Twitter for a while, so let us know your thoughts. Right, we've discussed how Liverpool are to death, so let's go to score predictions on the spot, Graeme. Why do you think it's going to go down?
I think we'll win. I think we'll win convincingly. I'd love us to get a clean sheet, so I am going to go for 3-0.
No!
Although it could be 3-1. It's because Kolo's in. If Kolo's in,
King
it's
Kolo.
3-0. If Kolo doesn't start, then I'm sorry we're conceding. No, I just think we do need, as I say, they do struggle to score goals. We're going to have, arguably, our best, not arguably about it, our best goal scorer back. I think we'll be a lot more fluid.
I really hope he's not picked up a knock and saying in between.
Oh God, yeah.
Like...
I wouldn't let him. I'd just put him in a box of polystyrene and say, "We're coming back for you on Sunday." You know, and just leave him there because it's just not. I couldn't cope if he got.
Get him in one of those yellow storage places on there.
Lock him in there, just covered in sponge. But yeah, it's one of them whereby I think if we do turn up, and it's I'm gutted that we haven't got Alan and people like that playing. But I think if we do turn up, which I thought we played pretty well against West Brom. I thought we played well against Everton as well.
Yeah.
And we were unlucky in that game. Obviously, Jagielka will never hit one of them again. So I'm going for 3-0. It's definitely
okay.
Kolo.
All about Kolo.
Kolo 3-0. Get your scorecast on. Buying money, that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Agree with that.
Well, you know what? I can never ever predict this Liverpool team to keep a clean sheet ever. I never ever will do, I don't think, going forward this season. But look, QPR, the bottom of the table for a reason, aren't they? But as I said before, they're not that bad at home. It's normally quite tight, the games. But with Sturridge coming back into the side, and hopefully Balotelli will be his partner and he'll improve a little bit. Lallana looks great, doesn't he? He's been superb for us in the couple of games he's played so far. So from that point of view, I think we'll have a little bit too much for them. And we said, didn't we, about Rio Ferdinand? He's fucking ancient, isn't he? And he looks totally finished, but we don't want to say that until after.
I just want Daniel Sturridge to just push one past them and fucking go around them, just to fucking accelerate. That's what I want to see.
I think, you know, we've got to be looking at getting the 3 points, and it's like a confidence booster then going into the Real Madrid game. And I think Sturridge coming back is massive for Liverpool, and I think we'll win 3-1. He'll score 2, and Gerrard will score his token penalty.
Nice. Chris, have you seen these? Check the lads who present the podcast with the score predictions and the fucking answers that go with them, like, you know.
3-1, Paul.
Exactly, there we go. Mike, what do you think? Don't get me wrong, I actually prefer when people do that.
I feel like I've got an act to follow now, you know what I mean? Yeah. After all that, usually I'm with Chris.
We're actually run out of time now, Mike, so that's fine.
Thanks, lads. No, I think I'm going to put all the demons that I've had the last couple of weeks to one side. I think we're going to win 4-1. Ooh. And I think it's going to be the morale boost.
Sure what that noise was, but carry on.
The morale boost that we need heading into Real Madrid. Everyone's tails up. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet because it just doesn't happen. We'll give a penalty out. There wasn't a penalty like we did against West Brom. Something will happen. But I think things are going to start like with Lallana, Sturridge, Balotelli. We're going to start seeing a bit of an axis there. This is going to be the game.
Okay. So what was the 4-1. Okay. I fucking hate when people get dead confident. It leaves me basically with nowhere to go. I actually agree. I think this is that point in it. I'm not supremely confident going into it just because of how inconsistent we've been. But I think not whether I feel Liverpool will do it. What I feel we should do is go and lay a marker down here and say, right, we've got our best team back. This is a team we should go and beat. So let's just go and fucking beat them. And yeah, I would go with 3-0 because I'm the eternal optimist. So what's wrong with that? We've got to get a clean sheet at some point, haven't we? If Kolo's back in, he's a clean sheet specialist.
That's it.
That he was at the start.
I just play him centre back on his own.
Yeah,
Then you can play Lallana and Sterling. We'll be all right. Kolo
Go for a 1-5-4 formation. Just Kolo like that.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
And yeah, that's a go. And he goes, actually, no, you're not. Yeah, so let us know your score predictions, please, in the comments section underneath, and don't forget to get the subscribe button, and go and check out the lads on the Red Room podcast via Anfield Index, and obviously via the boys' Twitter handles as well. Tip top, we've got Duncan Jenkins this week explaining all the Jen Chang incidents, which is definitely worth listening out for, so go and check that out. Anyway, yes, thank you very much for watching. Leave all your score predictions, your team lineups in the comment section, and don't forget to check the boys out on the redmentv.com. Subscribe to shows this week as well, because they're awesome, and go and vote for us in the FBAs. I'm hoping that we've made it through as one of the finalists, but now it's the final push. We're going to take on all comers, and we're going to beat them, and we're going to retain our best video blog awards. So we just put the graphic up there. You can just tweet, just put it up again for good measure. Yeah, no. So I can see that you've not put it up now. Yeah, there we go. Put it up. All you've got to do is tweet what it says on the screen there. Voting in the FBAs for the Redmen TV as the best video football blog. If you haven't done it yet, do it. If you have done it already, do it again. Just do it, and do it now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you after the game. Oh no, we'll see you for a live show. We do a live show? Sunday live show. Total quality production. Planning there. Yeah, come and check us back for the live shows pre-match and at half-time on the YouTube channel. Ta-ra.
Big news at the moment is that Raheem Sterling is getting stoned by England fans across the globe. It's a bit ridiculous in my opinion, but look, here's the story anyway.